3 ways to ace your soft skills game. So, some of the 3 top, most wanted and cherished soft skills are communication skills. Verbal and nonverbal are super important skills to have. An example of nonverbal communication is body language. Teamwork. You may be a strong independent player, but how you're going to collaborate and work with others is going to either make or break you in an organization. There are exceptions to this rule, but it is one of the most sought out skills, and adaptability is a part of that skill also. Third of all, problem solving, or as the corporate world likes to call it, overcoming challenges. Because there's a mindset of there is no such thing as a problem, there are only obstacles to be overcome and challenges to overcome. So, a few tips and fun facts to ace your soft skills game. In terms of communication, people want clear information, and most of them are looking at your body language. You may say a lot verbally and do a great job at that, but studies have shown that 70 to 93% of communication is nonverbal. Some experts say that even more of communication is nonverbal. So body language is a key, and more may be less here sometimes in terms of clarity and communication. When communicating, human beings look at things like posture, hand gestures, where you're looking, your facial expression, what you're holding, how your feet are placed. So, because it may sound complicated and scary, I'm going to make it way easier for you to remember and learn. Try and make things look more clear. Try and put whatever is in your hands down, so the hands are more free. Unless you need to hold documents or a laptop, try and put things down. But definitely keep things such as pens, pencils, hair scrunchies, phones down. Otherwise, that's just going to look messy, and you don't want that. Your palms should be open, as that shows openness in communication with other people. It's also a symbol of lack of conflict and peace. When you have your palms closed, that subconsciously shows that you may be hiding something, and it also looks more aggressive, like a ready-to-punch gesticulation, and you don't want that. People that communicate while thinking about something complex will often move their hands. If you want to move your arms and your hands, feel free to do that, but don't do that too much or too little, and not too high and not too low. Around the chest area is recommended, or above the belly button, but not a lot of flapping for sure. In terms of leg placement, I will tell you that people will show you whether or not they're interested in talking to you, and if they're thinking about going somewhere already, even if they've not taken one step yet from where they've been standing. It can work on a subconscious level, so be mindful and careful about that. It is favorable that the team or person in an organization understands that you're focused on them and speaking clearly and not making any strange or dismissive body language signals. Legs and feet facing forward are best and the most simple when you're standing. Slightly apart but not too wide, so it shows confidence, will be much more comfortable to speak. And if you do start turning your foot or feet in any direction, it could show that your thoughts are turning in a different direction and you're planning to go somewhere, so that could be distracting or showing that you're not fully present. So just be mindful about that, and I am not talking about anybody that has any type of a medical condition. Number 2, in terms of teamwork, you need to understand that everybody has strengths and capabilities as well as weaknesses, but you're working as a team. So treat it as if you're working on a sinking boat. So there is no dismissing other people's attributes. You're all working collectively towards the greater good. Communicating effectively, again, I will say, is very important. Giving clear information both verbally and non-verbally. Active listening is a huge one. So, what is the difference between active listening and non-active listening? Well, if you're an active listener, at the end of what's being said, after you paid attention, you can repeat back the main points and thoughts of what has been said. And if you're not one to pay attention, well, that's not so great. If you find it difficult to remember things, take notes. Also, when actively listening to somebody, you can nod from time to time to show that you are actively engaged in the conversation, but not a lot of ahas or yeah, as that can be distracting and not very professional. So it is preferred to just nod from time to time. But different things work for different people, so sometimes just know who you're speaking with but this is a general rule that applies to situations in which you want to be sure that you're going to put your best foot forward and in situations in which you do not know a person. And to keep it sweet, short, and easy to remember, here are the 3 R's of teamwork that are important to remember: respect, reliability, and responsibility. It's difficult to have a good team without that, so keep that in mind. And now, number 3, overcoming challenges. So remember that mindset shift from solving problems to overcoming challenges? Yeah, that's exactly what we need. It may be in terms of conflict resolution, financial and strategic decisions and solutions, but the main thing to remember is to keep that perspective and mindset. It's not you wrestling with some huge undefeatable force. It is a space in which you can release your creativity, build your character, build your skills, and CB. So when you see this in a more positive light, it will support you in getting a more positive outcome. So I hope now you can go and ace your soft skills game. I'm Amy Sinton-Baranowska, a personal life and a business coach. Follow for more.